in the breast. So until after the periods, then the pain would go away. So it became so bad at a certain point that it never went away. That's when she went for tests and it was confirmed that it was cancer. So at that particular time, she didn't want each and everyone to know about it. She said that she doesn't want pity parties because people would bring her down. She wanted to be positive, she wanted to be focused so that she can get well faster. So she became public about the same thing after about 1 year. And that's when you people knew. What she did not know that she had been suffering for a long time. So she started her treatment at the Coast General Cancer Center, where we have facilities nowadays. She did 8 rounds of chemo. Thereafter, she was put on oral therapy for about 6 rounds, and nothing much changed. So that's when we came to you people, telling you that we want you people to support us. We want you to work with us, and you are really helpful. You came through for us, and you enabled us to go to Turkey, where we were given treatment. She got 9 rounds of chemo again, and then she was still put on oral therapy because cancer had not cleared in every part of her body. By the time we went to Turkey, it was in brain, it was in the both breasts, it was in her lymph nodes, it was in the lungs, it was in the stomach. So after the treatment in Turkey, it had cleared from the lungs, it had cleared from the stomach, and the brain they did what is this? Cyber knife. So it kept it under control. But the other parts, when we came back, it started growing again, and then it forced us to go back. So on the 3rd month while we were here, because we had worked out the cost of being there and coming back, the cost of coming back was lesser than the cost of staying over. That's why we came back. So she deteriorated in the 3rd month, and that is when she left. She did her last video that you people came through for us, and we were able to go back immediately. So in Turkey, we did not have much time because when we went there, she had really deteriorated, and the doctor told us the things are not looking good, but they are going to try their level best. So in that time, because I was working with her, I was encouraging her, I was a cancer survivor, I trusted God, I believe in God, and I trusted that God was going to heal her. So while we were going, waiting for the treatment, she told me this one thing, that, Mom, I have had a conversation with God. Then I said, what kind of conversation? She said, I have asked God that if He knows that I'm going to die, let me just die now. But if He knows that I'm going to get well, I am ready to hold on because I'm in so much pain that I don't want to go on like this. But then if I'm going to go through the pain and still die, I'd rather die just now. That was the second last day that she told me that. So on the following day, she wasn't talking. On the 3rd day, she passed. So I have said about the foundation, my code of legacy. I continue to do that, her work, I carry it on. I have a few concerns about cancer. Being a cancer survivor, I have known, I have seen, we have walked that journey. There are concerns that are bothering me here. One of them is, we wait until we get sick. We are not creating awareness. So I would want us or the government to put emphasis on the awareness as opposed to the treatment. And then another thing, while we were sick, while we were sick and we were visiting public hospitals, there is this concern that I observed. The relationship between the doctor and the cancer patient is not there. How? Because one doctor is attending to 16 to 20 people a day, meaning that when you go there, you will not have a continuity of relationship with your doctor. So every time we went to see the doctor, they asked Winnie, which treatment were you given? Because they have so many files waiting on their desk, they are not even able to go through it. So they depended on what Winnie told them. I have had maybe X round of cycle of this and this. Then I was asking myself, what about the people who do not know what they were treated on? What about the people who do not know how to read or how to write? So what would the doctor do? But then, that was that. Apart from that, these very doctors have private clinics. So, imagine a doctor coming in at 8 and leaving at 2 to go to their private hospital and handling 16 to 20 people. What kind of service would we expect out of such a service? It means there's a disconnect. So my solution there is, let the government pay the doctors well, and let the government ban the doctors from having private clinics while they're still working. Of whom are they working for? It is us. Why are they getting our money and not giving us the best? And the government is aware, the government sees it. So this place where we go for treatment is the place they get their patients to go to their private hospitals, those who can afford it. And it's not a good thing. Those are the things that the foundation will have to address in regard with the government in relation with how cancer patients are treated. Another thing that I want all of us to be aware of is the process that we farm with. Because we farm with these fertilizers, some of the fertilizers have been banned in other countries, and yet we are using them here. Then after the harvest, there's this preservation process that they do. They have some chemicals they put in the food, and this food ends in our body. So if your system is compromised, for sure, I can assure you, you are a candidate of that disease. You might be well now, even the farmers who are here, you are well, you don't know what will become of you in 5 years' time. You don't know what will become of your daughter, because the food that you produce, you don't eat the whole of it. You go and sell. The people who are trading in the business of food, the chemicals that you are using to preserve the food, know that it's ending somewhere. It might not be your daughter, it will be your daughter's maybe child. So these things we have to be aware, all of us. We have to start working hand in hand. It is something that is so bad. You people, if you have never gone to a cancer place, just go and visit and see how many people are there. And that will be only one place. So I am sure that this will be addressed. And finally, I'm talking about the people who are given the mandate to take care of the processes. The people in caves and those times, just to see that the production of food, the storage of food is done in a proper manner that will not destroy lives. So memories. I want to remember Winnie as a very creative girl. I want to remember her as a very positive person. I want to remember her as a very strong-willed woman. Whatever she went through, I could not have gone through it myself. Because my process took so short, the cancer that I had was discovered in the first stage. So the treatment really took very short. And look at Winnie, it was discovered when it was late. She started the treatment when it was late, and it took 3 whole years and took her life away. So please, please, please be aware of yourself, be cautious, and stay healthy. So I just want to register my thanksgiving to all the people who have stood with us, to Mount Zion Deliverance Church Mombasa, to the media fraternity, and the others who have stood with us. I think that I leave to the chairperson who is going to give thanks. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my dear wife, Stella. I want to correct the protocol briefly. During the early program, there was a slot a special friend whose name was called out, but he was not here. This special friend is the last person that spoke with Winnie in the night, just a few hours before she passed on. So I want to call my special friend, Hotuba, to come and say a word, and then I'll take over from there.
Hata tuonyeshangi mechi. Bora tupate zaidi.
Good afternoon, Wakulero. Mrembe. Mimi pia nimekuja kidogo on 5. My late mom was a lawyer, so I have cousins who are lawyers. But I'm a Luo. My name is Wazazi, and when Edmond is my special friend for the longest time. We've done things together that friends can do. He's always passed our home, even when my father was still alive. And we appreciate him, we love him, we love Mama Winnie hapa, and everybody else who was close to Winnie. It's quite unfortunate that Winnie had to go at a very early age, but that's the will of God and we can't fight that. So we are all gathered here to say bye to Winnie. I remember we had a WhatsApp conference call the day Winnie died. Actually, I think 3 hours before she died. And when I was talking to the mom in Istanbul, Turkey, I told her, take the phone to Winnie. And the mom said, I doubt if Winnie will be able to speak. But I told her, just take the phone all the same. Let's try. So Winnie actually picked, and I told Winnie, are you going to fight for us? She said, yes, Uncle, I'll fight. Little did we know that was maybe the last words she said before she passed on. So for me, this is sorrowful, and I urge the family, immediate and at large, to take heart. These things happen. That's the only road that all of us will go through. Unless somebody wants to tell me that they leave this place alive, I doubt that will happen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to say these few words. My brother Edmond, stay strong. These things happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Wilfred. Let me take this opportunity to welcome everybody here and to thank all those who stood with us during Winnie's very painful journey as a cancer patient. I also want to thank citizens of the Royal Media Services, because you know, when we decided to take Winnie abroad for specialized treatment, we didn't have much money as a family. So Winnie told us, don't worry, Dad and Mom, our friends all over, I'll make an appeal and we'll be assisted. So Winnie prepared a video and she sent it out. We were able to raise enough money to start treatment, so we flew her to Turkey with the mother as the caregiver. And when they were in Turkey, a week after they arrived in Turkey, Lulu Hassan is a very, very special person. She took advantage of her program, Shajara, and said she was going to use that program to make an appeal on our behalf. And indeed, Lulu, maybe you don't know, after that program, we were able to raise enough money for Winnie to be treated and to pay rent in Turkey, to pay for medicines, thanks to Lulu's effort. So I just want to thank the entire Royal Media, because when Winnie died, that morning I called Lulu and told her, Lulu, Winnie has left us. She said, what? I said, yeah, she has gone. She asked me, can I tell Rashid, her husband? I said, please tell him, because it's fine. She's gone, there's nothing to hide. So when she told Rashid that Winnie had died, but I think Rashid asked her to ask me, is it okay if they tell their boss? And I told him, yeah, there's no harm, it's already happened, so go ahead. And I can tell you, those who were near the TV at that time, within half an hour, Winnie was already trending on Citizen TV. The whole world knew Winnie had passed. Thank you very much, Lulu, and the entire Citizen TV group. I also want to thank Winnie's friends all over the place. When Winnie made her final appeal this second time around, people were sending in 1 shilling, 2 shillings. They called it Haba na Haba. Through that Haba na Haba, we were again able, plus what we had as a family, to take Winnie back to Turkey. But she was never to come back alive. Her mother has already said much about Winnie, but Winnie was a very special person. I've never seen a human being so talented like Winnie. Winnie was a tailor. I didn't know that she was a tailor, she should make dresses. But when they formed that band, Jugua the band, they used to wear 1 uniform per day. So they'd come back, her, Vicky and Julie, come back at night from their gig, and Winnie had a sewing machine. So the whole night, her bedroom was next to ours. We couldn't sleep because the machine was running. She was making dresses for all the 3 of them. When we would leave to go to work, they are sleeping. When you come in the evening, they have gone to work. They come back again, tomorrow they are going to wear another dress. The machine is again running. So I asked Winnie, where did you learn to make dresses? She said, don't worry, I went to school. So that's one talent Winnie had. Winnie was a furniture maker. Very few women, even if they have that knowledge, would do what we used to do with our own hands. She would make very beautiful beds. The bed on which I sleep in Mombasa was made for me by Winnie, using her own hands. The dining table that I use was made by Winnie, and many other things. When she came back from Turkey the first time, she told her mother, I've seen your shop, it's very bare, and it looks very disorganized, I'm going to arrange it. She told me she's going to make something called a floating what? Floating shelves. That's how what you mean, floating shelves. She said, Daddy, you just hang on, you'll see. And indeed, when you went to town, she bought a drill and an electric saw. And within 2 days, she had made some very, very beautiful shelves in the shop. Winnie was a cake maker, a baker. She would make very beautiful cakes. I'm going to miss my fruit cake because she told me that you don't need to eat cakes made with the sugar. I'll make one using a fruit and it will taste exactly like one mixed with sugar. That's another talent. Winnie was a musician. She has such a beautiful voice, and at times I used to sing with them because I liked singing also, and I enjoyed being in their company. Winnie was also an actress. I don't have to belabor that point. You saw what she did in Sultana. But Sultana was just the tip of the iceberg. She had done many others before that maybe that time she was not very well known. So I have lost a friend. I have lost a very, very dear friend, a confidant, a stickler to neatness, a stickler to cleanliness. Our house is all white. Sometimes we even fear to sit on the seat. So, Winnie was also a stickler to detail. She was never satisfied until she saw what she was doing had come out the way she wanted it. I've lost a financial advisor. Winnie was a director in our company, me and Mom, which is called Broad Range Enterprises Limited. She was a director there. Actually, I was a minority. I'm the minority shareholder. But Winnie and the mother have the biggest shares. That company it is involved in making, adding value to products like cashew nuts, ground nuts, sim. It's based in Mombasa, and it's doing very well thanks to Winnie's advice. Winnie pushed me to do things I could not do, but because she's a kid to me and she's advising me, I took her advice very seriously. And when I did that, I succeeded in whatever I was doing. Winnie, before she passed, she had told me that you are driving a very old car. Why did you sell it and buy another one? I said, Winnie, if I sell this car, the man will get to not be able to buy a new car. I said, don't worry, then hang on it a bit, then you make some money and buy a new car. So that was the deal we had struck. I have missed that car. Winnie told me that you are struggling to build your house in Mumias, but we have property in Cliffy. Don't worry, I'm going to put up a holiday home for you in Cliffy, so that you can be, when you retire, you can be alternating. Sometimes you're in Mumias, sometimes you're in Cliffy, in your old age. That was never to be also. But as a family, or as her parents, we have accepted God's will because Winnie was suffering. Us who lived within the same house, we knew what she went through. So initially it was a big shock for us to lose her.